about how I almost got arrested. It starts, oddly enough, in a philosophy class that I was taking at Mizzou. I was trying to decide whether to take the 8 a.m. class, the 11 a.m. class, and at that time I was not as much of a morning person as I am now. And I'm not really a morning person now, but I became a grown-ass adult and I have to get up at 8 a.m. That's just how life is. So I ended up, I went to both the classes to decide whether I wanted to go to take the 8 a.m. or the 11. The instructor was the same, but the analytical class was more talkative, more lively, and there were these, and so I decided to take the 11 a.m. class. And in that class, I'm always a second row person. In the back of the class, the back, there was 3 rows. In the back row, there was 3 guys: BJ, Poof, and Jerome. And BJ was short for Black Josh because that was his name on his dorm floor. And Poof was short for his last name, Poofall, and Jerome was just Jerome. So throughout this semester, I got to know BJ, Jerome, and Poof. And about midway through the semester, they said, "Hey, we're having a party. You should come." And I said, "Okay." So I went and I became friends with them. So then, probably a year later, we were hanging out and we decided we were going to go to the field house. And this was the bar in Columbia, Missouri, at Mizzou, that had the Friday night. It was a bottomless cup, which is ridiculous, but that's what they did. It was the place where all the fraternity guys would go and cause trouble and all that. And every night the police would line up in the middle of the street right at closing time, and they'd start arresting people for being obnoxious. Well, so when we went to this field house, towards the end of the night, I was like, we were getting ready to leave, and there was a fight going on, and I got pushed into the street, and sure enough, I found myself in handcuffs in the middle of the street. And I was like, turns out I'd been pushed into a female cop, and that was why I was put in the street. So I was saying, I was sitting there, I was trying to say, "Hey, I have nothing to do with this fight. There's my people, we're getting ready to leave." And they eventually decided to let me go because they had nothing really, they had bigger issues to deal with. So the moral of the story is, small decisions like, do I take the 8 a.m. class or the 11 o'clock class, mean you meet different people, mean you could have big consequences 2 years later of potentially getting arrested. So whenever you're making small decisions, they can have big consequences later on.